Yeah, fuck that little ting always gets me.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
does.
oof.
It always does. G'day everyone and welcome back to the New Zealand Sportcasting Couch. A few weeks off and we're back into it with a bit of Super Rugby finals preview. So, Willie in London, did you go back and have a listen to the episode 2 with the Super Rugby regular season prediction? See how you fared?
Nah, not just yet. Kind of just avoiding the accountability at this stage, but I'm sure we can we can get into that, and maybe in hindsight, once the whole season's said and done, we can go back on and check what we said. Check 1 2
Yeah, no, I had a
on what
quick
we said.
quick listen, so we weren't too bad. We both had one shocker each, which was
Drua would have been
yeah,
mine.
you had Drua, and then I had Tars.
Tars.
Yeah, and then other than that, we got the rest of the six, but obviously the order, but a little bit off. Mainly, it was pretty good apart from the we both had Blues first, and they obviously
Mm.
snuck in. But other than that, we pretty much got it. But it's
I'm alright to get that wrong if that's what
yeah,
happens. Yeah.
absolutely, yeah. But nah,
Yeah.
we're pretty good, really, man. 5 out of 6. So
And Moana Pasifika. None of us would have seen Moana Pasifika or the Force
nah, but I
doing as well
mean,
as they did.
they still like we obviously didn't have them in the six, and at the end of the day, that's where the minor
Yeah.
Pacificas fell, so they can have that one. Um,
Yeah.
Before we preview these semi-finals, do you want to just give me or would you like me to start with the top performers of Super Rugby last round?
No, I've actually just got a quick fan mail
Oh
here.
yeah, yeah, go on.
Yeah, from Sifo from where does this say?
Probably South Auckland.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah, Sifo from South Auckland.
Yeah,
He says, oh, cheers, mine a Pacifica. Put that one in your pipe. How's your points difference in your last two games, you mugs? So I think that's just a yeah. I think there's some Auckland rivalry there. That's just a
yeah,
thought for the show. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
He sounds like I
How
would
does
have
that
thought.
make you feel?
Well, I would have thought Sifo would be a minor Pacifica fan in the '09 derby, but maybe he's
Mm,
still original Blues. He still likes the Blues. So yeah, that was
yeah.
pretty lucky for the Blues,
Maybe
really.
maybe if the points difference was the other way around, he would be
Yeah, yeah,
because they're a bit those kind of fans, like when you see the Rugby League World Cup living in New Zealand, but those Samoa flags come out like there's no tomorrow,
yeah. They sure do.
they're like the
Yeah,
Pacificas. Yeah,
yeah, nah. But yeah, obviously they had a good season, but yeah, fell short with a couple of shockers in the last two rounds. But that's what happens when you come up against some strong sides that mean the business. RD Survey not quite enough there. So,
mm.
would you like me to start with the top performer from last round?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
So my first one, I'll go Lockie Anderson for the Reds. He's had a bit of an unreal season. Um, Obviously, last year the junkyard dog Tim Ryan got a lot of media hype, but I think Lockie Anderson's kind of been their main try scorer and winger this year, and he obviously finished the regular season pretty strong. So was it 3 or
Yeah,
4 tries? Can't remember.
he got four,
Yeah,
four.
so
Pretty hard to argue with four, isn't it?
yeah, and even though they're only playing the Fijian draw, it's obviously a pretty good
Yeah.
performance from him. So yeah, he's my first one.
Absolutely. My first one, I'll go with Tupou Vai.
Mm.
Had a pretty strong game against the Highlanders, and you're not really expecting him to end up with a hat trick,
Mm.
but there you are. So
Yeah,
doing all the tough stuff and getting a heady as well. That's a pretty big performance from him.
yeah, absolutely.
Sure, and Rarotonga, they would all be going mad for it.
Yeah, yeah. There's a little reference there for some fans of the show, but yeah, he's our best lock, I think now. I think he's overtaken Scotty Doggerel Barrett, and like to be honest, I even
Mm,
think he still had a quietish season, but he was massive on against the Highlanders on Friday, and that's kind
yeah.
of you can see why what he can be. So no, he was
Yeah, he must have wanted to go to some of those Castle Street flats or something
yeah, I
afterwards.
was thinking that myself. Yeah,
Do some door knocking. Yeah.
yeah. Um, my second one is a player that's just returned from injury, Devon Flanders, one of the most underrated players in New Zealand rugby, I believe.
Mm.
This guy does have
Probably the best nose in it as
best
well.
nose for sure. Yep. Yeah, I just think he's the most underrated player in New Zealand rugby because when he does have a lot of injuries, so I can understand that kind of being a bit of a roadblock in terms of his progression higher up. But I just think this guy's the perfect Lucy or perfect six, perfect eight, like just physical, busy, fit, always everywhere around the park, and he's just obviously returned and already making a big difference. So I think hopefully he can have a big finals run, and I reckon he'd be a smoky for the All Blacks if he has a big finals run because he's got everything you need in terms of the size and the length and things like that. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, that chip and chase try was incredible as well,
yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
it?
Awesome.
Just for, yeah, what can you do? My next one, actually, you've gone for a friend of the show. Maybe we're just trying to butter him up
Yeah,
to get him on and a good guest for us. But Christian Leo Willie over in Canberra, terrible place to play. Had a barnstorm. He was very physical and kind of he didn't back down from your Bobby
mm,
Valentini. Even ended up with a try. So I
yeah,
thought his work was pretty immense in that game and probably helped them just get over the line there.
yeah. You got to be a real man to front up to that loose trio, eh? So big performance from
Yeah.
him. Um, And my last one, another Canes player actually, with the bias shining through. I'm going to go Billy Proctor. Similar reasons to Flanders. Like, he obviously was playing next to someone that got a double and probably had the bigger game. But I just think since this guy's come back, Canes have looked like world beaters. He's clearly the best 13 in the country. Every time he touches the ball, something happens, whether it's he's setting up a line break or getting a line break himself. He's not missing a tackle. He's playing pretty bloody well. I'm kind of happy to make a big call here and say I don't know if we've had a 13 playing this well since Conrad retired in all of New Zealand rugby. So I'll just put that one to
Oof.
you. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Here's one for the clips. Put that on socials and get everyone to fucking come at you. Yeah, no arguments here, but my last one would be the person that was inside him. Not physically,
yeah,
just
yeah.
yeah, just figuratively. Yeah, Umaga Jensen had a pretty monstrous game. Topped off with a double there, but just was just so solid and won every little bit of contact. Yeah, absolute throbber of a game from him there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. He was awesome, mate, especially against Uncle Tana, and he got a copped a big dirty face swipe from Artie Surveyor as well, who's
Yeah,
obviously can't get cards because for anyone else that's a walk in at least a yellow. So yeah, cheers. Um,
yeah. But he can attack your breakdown from about 2 meters away with those scooping hands.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Alrighty. So just we'll just preview the three games this round, and then we can have a bit more of a spiel maybe about who we can see taking it out longer term. But
Yep.
just that first game, so Friday night down in Christchurch, Crusaders Reds. What are you thinking there?
Yeah, that it will be quite a good game, I reckon.
Mm,
But I probably back the Crusaders being just a bit too strong here at home.
yeah,
Coming off a big kind of resilient win in Canberra.
yeah,
Yeah, I'd see them probably just taking that. And if I was going to do a try score, I'd probably go for your Cody Taylor.
yeah, yeah. That's an annoying one because I think the Crusaders could have got slipped up potentially if they actually finished first, played the Blues. But yeah, I just think Reds don't. They're a good side, but I don't know if they've got it in them to win in Christchurch. So I
Mm.
think yeah, Crusaders in a close one. It will be close because the Reds obviously have got some really good players. Um, and I'll go Will Jordan to score, which isn't a big hot take or anything. But oh, is he back? Because I heard that he might be back, but I'm not sure
Uh,
actually because he might not be.
yeah. Yeah, I thought he might be,
If
but
he's
I
not, I'll
wasn't too
go. I'll
sure.
just go another easy one. Just go Sevu on the
Yeah,
wing there.
domestic goddess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, all right, and then the first one Saturday, Chiefs Blues in Hamilton.
I'll go Chiefs in that one, more kind of hoping than anything. And just like if there's one team, I know I probably said at the start of the year that Chiefs were the team that I hate the most, but just
Mm.
the noise from the Blues
Yeah,
is just like,
yeah,
um, just yeah, some of these characters just you can never back them. And the Chiefs looking pretty good, can put a lot of points on the board. So
mm.
yeah, I'm gonna go with Taukei'aho on that one to score.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm just going real hooker based at the moment. So yeah,
yeah,
but yeah, I reckon Chiefs that one. I don't think it'll be too close. I reckon double digits.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a weird one because I don't like either at all, and in a way, as long as if the Canes were to win, if the Blues were to win, then that would really spice things up in terms of I think like home who would get home semis and things like that. But yeah, they don't deserve to be there, and the Chiefs have been great all year. So yeah, Chiefs will win. I can see the Blues maybe keeping it close for like a half or so, but I think the Chiefs will finish with a wet sail. Um,
Wow.
yeah, yeah. I'll go Luke Jacobson anytime. I think one of their loose heads will cross because the
Yeah,
Blues forwards are a bit soft. So and then the last one, obviously the one that could have some
it matters.
could matter if there's a loss in one of the other two games. So the Brumbies Canes in
Yeah.
Canberra.
This one's gonna be tough, isn't it? Them coming off a tight loss at home,
Yeah,
and we got them earlier in the year as well.
yeah,
Um, so the odds would possibly be stacked against our favour, but the last like wee bit, like you say, since Proctor's been back,
mm,
um, our our team just looks so much better, and we look like we can fucking score a shitload of points.
yeah,
So that helps. So I'll back the Canes, and I'll go Proctor to get a try on this one.
yeah. Nice. Yeah, no, I think we should beat them too. Like I think just because I think we're the better side. Yeah, our form the last 6 weeks or so has been awesome. So yeah, I'll back us. It will obviously be close, but I'll back us in by probably 7 points. And I'll take one of my favourites, Fihi Fini Angunga Nofo, who's just an absolute
Mm,
weapon out the left. So I think
yeah,
he'll cross. Um, so yeah, and just with the rest of it, if we can just touch on what if you can give me a final prediction, what do you reckon the final could be?
oh, so that would be
So what based on
it
what
would
you've said, it will
be
be a Crusaders
yeah, it
Brumbies.
would be
No, sorry,
Crusaders,
Chiefs Brumbies,
Brumbies,
Crusaders
and
Hurricanes, Crusaders Hurricanes, Chiefs Brumbies.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would go Chiefs, Canes,
Mm.
Chiefs, Canes finale, please.
I'm liking that too. Just because of the form, I think they're the two teams in form, and then I think the Chiefs will be worried about that because of obviously the 20 odd points the
Yeah,
Canes put on them 2 weeks ago. So yeah, interesting. I don't.
yeah,
Yeah, I'd say that too, but it's hard to write anyone off really because
exactly. Yeah,
yeah, if there's an upset in one of those first two games and then the Brumbies win, then they'll be at home for a semi. And they've been to a
yeah.
final in a few years, so yeah, it's who knows. And the Crusaders, you're never going to write them off, particularly if all Jordan's back. I think
No,
a lot of that does depend on whether he returns.
hinge on him.
Because
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
if Will Jordan's not back in a semi against a team like the Canes, I think the Canes could get them. But I think if they were to have a team like a player like Will Jordan playing, then that could probably be the difference for them.
yeah,
So yeah, injuries will obviously play a part, and there'll be more this weekend. Um,
yeah.
Sweet. Anything else from you? Or do you want me to, I've just got a scenario to finish before we wrap that one.
Yeah, no, pump a scenario into me.
Sweet.
Go
So
on.
it's a little bit wordy, so just bear with me. So
Yeah.
would you rather have to listen? So this is for an hour. You have to listen to Artie
Mm-hmm.
Sevilla talking about the impact of his people and thanking God, or
Mm-hmm.
um, you have to listen again for an hour to Morgan Turinui on a panel after a tough loss that may have come down to a referee's decision.
Um, oh, yeah, that's tough. I'd probably have to go for the second one because it's quite funny to actually hear the tears.
Yeah.
Um, the Aussies, the way they blow up over things that aren't even robberies is quite funny, let alone something that actually
Mm.
is probably like a little bit controversial.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely have to go for that one. Plus the other one's very punishing. So yeah, hate to say
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, Turinui, just I don't know if people saw, but he was really blown up big, which was
mm,
justified. But yeah, he's just got a real whine about him. So when he does, it's
mm,
quite a hard case. But yeah, Artie's obviously the movement that he always talks about is something that we probably have heard enough of this year. So um,
yeah.
good, it's good.
How many times can you flog a dead horse, as they
Yeah,
say?
yeah. All right, well, that's probably us for this one. So cheers, New Zealand, and we'll see you on the next one.